Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I've not been on as much as I usually am, and I was right in the middle of doing a couple of different programs, and I thought I would jump on. Oops, sorry. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just setting up, and I do apologize. I just wanted to have my questions closer to me. Oh, my flowers are in the way. Here, I'll just move this over. All right, so everybody, thought I would jump on and do a few reads for a Saturday afternoon. And so, if you're new to this channel, I'm Vicki Martin. I do a lot of readings. I tap into your energy. I give an update on what's going on with your energy. I'm also a coach, and I have been also a twin flame coach for the last, 18 years. On top of that, I have a website, loads of courses for you to download. I have a big special for $5 and $11 Canadian courses that you can download right now and have instant access to any of those courses that I have available. And there's going to be a few more uploaded this weekend. I'm just going through my files and uploading a bunch of those courses. All right, King of Cups just jumped out of my hand, which is fantastic. All right, so I'm doing this one because of the fact I keep on getting these messages as I was updating my courses, and I'm hoping that the lighting is okay. The sun is coming out and it got really nice and bright, and I just happen to be still working on my projects. I'm waiting for a couple of you to jump on who tends to get a reading or two. Some of my regulars. If not, if you subscribe, you are welcome to also ask for a check-in on your energy. And for those of the signs, we'll start doing those. So let's start with Aries. Just go to, hey Patty, nice to see you. All right, so for the signs, all right, so I'm starting off with your energy as the Three of Water. This is the Three of Cups. This is a lot to do with your emotions, you're celebrating, you're having community, you're having friendships. This is a card of getting together, networking, enjoying, and having good emotions. You're expressing yourself through your friendships and your community. Those you are sharing, expressing yourself in some way. And so this is a good card that is usually a positive card. Now, in some tarot readers may look at the Three of Cups as maybe a third party, but this is more of you networking out, sharing. What you are becoming is expansion. You are not just being tied to one person, but seeing how that person connects to other relationships, other ways that you have something to share that's important, that you can grow with others. And so this is a lot to do with your timeline shift of who you are becoming. And so this has a lot to do with your mirror, and your mirror is showing a balance. All right. So balance has a lot to do with self-control and moderation. What you give, you receive. And quite a few people here right now are in the relationship of trying to have a balanced relationship where they're happy, they're receiving, they're in a form of having a love relationship that they're really engaged in, really being able to feel empowered, trusting, loving, affectionate and deserving. And so what we desire is those relationships that would feed those outside of us. But in most cases, most of us who want those things will attract those relationships that are narcissistic, where they are cutting us off and they are limiting us in each of those things that we seek outside of ourselves. So this is about compromise. What are you willing to receive? What are you willing to give instead? So this happens to come up quite frequently when there is a lot to do with imbalance in the relationships and you wish to have something a little bit more directed towards emotionally balancing. Now, your power and where you are focusing your energy right now is the Ace of Fire upside down. So you're pulling back your energy. You're saying, you know what? I'm not going into anything right now. I'm pulling back my energy. I'm not looking for opportunities. I'm not looking for any way that anything could benefit. I'm not sure if the sound is working. I just realized my microphone is way over here. Sorry, guys. I was on a different computer and I just realized. Sorry. I might have to get closer. I hope the microphone picks me up better now. I just realized that. And my camera is... Sorry. I seem so out of sorts today. All right. Sorry about that. Hey, Chenley. I just decided to pop on and I'm in a different location. And Chenley, I am trying to get everything set up. Can everybody hear me okay? So I'm starting off with Aries. Just going to go through the signs. I'll do a couple of free reads as well if I have enough energy to do so. All right. So we're starting off with your energy. Your timeline shift is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups has a lot to do with you expanding out, sharing what you have learned with another out to others. The mirror and what you are meant to see is how much you are giving and what you are receiving in each of these relationships. And the power, where your power lies, is in the ways that you are now pulling back your energy. You are now not giving into everything as much as you used to. You're pulling back your energy in a big way. In fact, I'm seeing that the energy of your action, your doing, you always making everything happening, you're like, no. I think it's important for me to see what is here for me. What do you got for me? What do you got for me? And so this is really good. This is what is more divine feminine energy. Instead of moving in, you're pulling back. You're like, what's coming towards me? What is, you see, energetically coming in? And so the cloak, I'll clarify these cards, by the way. The cloak is what you must release. What is it that you're concealing and covering that is a burden to you? What needs to go? What is the heavy burden that needs to go, that no longer is making things attractive? Is the Death card upside down. And the Death card upside down has, I've got two different decks here. got two different decks going on here. The Death card upside down. And the Death card upside down has a lot to do with transformation, endings, and change, and releasing. So you have to release a release. No, I think this is what it's saying is this is not about things ending for you. This is not about you healing. Hi, Cindy. This is, so I will go and do a couple of check-in readings as well, personalized check-in readings. And if that so happens, I'll just move my laptop so I'm not looking in that direction anymore. And if that so happens to be, I'll look through the list. A couple of my moderators can probably help me monitor that. So Patty and Cindy and Shenley, if you want a quick check-in, we can certainly do that. And but I'm not going to do them right now. I'm going to do a couple of the sign readings. So Aries, this is not a time for transformation. This is not a time for you to get over someone. This is a time for you to see that they have to get over you. This is a time for you to see, you know, you're gone through your transformation now. This is a time for you to see that was all, this is all like an illusion of, you know, this loss, this death of something that just won't end. Hey, Anne. So the torch is what is going to guide you through this. And I've got ego upside down. And what's going to guide you through this is the fact you know now what is real. You know now what isn't real. And in some of the cases, some of the things that was not real for you that created a lot of the problems were the way that you regulated your nervous system. It was the way that you were trying to work out some old habits that you created through your own upbringing. And you were looking for ways to, sorry, my microphone is right in the way there, but you were looking for ways to work out what was normal for you. You know, if you had conflict growing up, once you get into a state where you feel really, really relaxed and you say, oh, this feels like home, it just, your subconscious just takes you into that state of repeating a pattern from your childhood. And so that's the thing, you had to see what was going on there. I don't believe you've missed much, Anne. I don't know where my phone is. I'm sorry. I don't know where my phone is. I was in the middle of, I have a whole bunch of courses that I just uploaded onto the website. So I've been immersed in that. All right. So your treasure, Aries, is the Queen of Fire upside down. And the Queen of Fire upside down has a lot to do with you pulling back, you getting into your divine feminine energy, you being able to see the divine queen that you are, starting to work through your own inner power, starting to realize that you are a divine being. You are attracting people, not just your person, but people to help you start to manifest the life that you truly deserve, the type of individual that you truly want to be. You needed those people, your tribe, those that are mirroring you in the energy that you really are, for you to see how much you truly are an energetic being who are able to provide to you, to honor you, to be able to assist you on your journey. You see, we get into a state where we're constantly trying to correct and fix and respond. And so this is a time for you to take a step back, and instead of responding, to observe, to be in receiving mode, where you are just you're not doing all the work now. You've done all the work. So now this is a state where you're pulling back your energy and being in a state where you're, play dumb. Oh, just observe. See what happens. So let's look at your future self and what's going to happen. And I've got here, regarding your person, you've got the 10 of fire upside down. All right. You're no longer going to be overworked. You're not going to be overwhelmed. You're not going to take on their energy. You are going to sit tight in your energy, and you're going to serve yourself well. You are no longer being burnt out. You're going to start feeding and nourishing yourself. You're going to start listening to how you feel. You're going to start feeling nourished. And your person is now the hermit. The person now is looking at themselves in a way of, what's going on here? Who are you? Who am I? If this is how you are, am I important to you anymore? What is this relationship? They're starting to look at themselves. You took all of your attention off of them and pulled back into yourself. And now all of a sudden they feel so lost. It's like all of a sudden they're starting to realize all of these different things that you knew, that you never gave them a chance to discover themselves. All right. So they are going to start looking at, all of these things that you see and have been reaching and trying to convince and work through. And so this opens up a whole catalyst of energies. And so they're going to start reaching out. They're going to start checking in. They're going to start testing you. And this is karma. Saturn is at 29 degrees Pisces, which is, let's just say, the last of the tricksters will come out through. So don't treat me the way you do. I don't deserve it. Exactly. So for you, Aries, get into your divine feminine energy. It's time for you to really empower yourself with how many times you've been allowing yourself to be set up, to be taken advantage of because of the way that you have done so much and still was treated badly. And this is not about your, your value and your worth. It was the fact that you allowed people to treat you like you don't deserve more. Raising your standards means you don't tolerate it anymore. People don't believe in me. If people don't believe in you, who cares? The only thing that matters is when you look in the mirror that you believe in yourself. And by you believing in yourself, you knowing without a doubt that you are valuable, that you are worthy, that you contribute, that you are beautiful, that you have so much to offer to someone. Let them find you. Let them discover that about you. Let them be curious. Let them be attracted to the mystery. Let them get to seek more from you. Don't reveal everything. Don't fix everything. Don't make it easy. Let them seek. Let them hunt. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands has a lot to do with Nine of Wands upside down. Nine of Wands has a lot to do with them resisting their energy. Every single time that you go towards them, they tend to all of a sudden pull back. They don't know if they want this. They tend to react in a way where they feel that, oh, this may be not the direction I want to go in. You're so close, and all of a sudden they pull back. This is an energy where there seems to be a persistence to, I'm done here. I just can't go on anymore. And it just seems like they'll just give enough. And this is a card of breadcrumbing. This is a card of giving you a substantial amount and then pulling it all back. And so with this being reversed, you're going to see a shift. You're going to see a change. You're going to see all of a sudden, hey, what's going on here? And you're going to start questioning, why is there a change? And what's going to happen if I reveal the new energy? So if you reveal this new energy to them, how are they going to respond? Well, first of all, they're going to not be really supportive of your actions. They may find it a little overwhelming. They may feel that they have to pull back themselves because they are like, yeah, no, it will feel uncomfortable to them. It's going to feel unnatural to them. It's going to feel a little bit like this is something that is not typical for them. All right. And so what does that mean for you? Well, that means let them walk away. Let them think about it for a bit. Let them ponder over that. What would happen if you give them some rope to let them think? Let them have that space they've always wanted. Let them. I think it's wonderful. Give them that space, because they're not going to be comfortable with the new you. And that's only because they can't control you. And you are now in their head. Hey, RK. All right, guys. So nice to see you. I was just doing a couple of the signs. Sorry about the setup. I was just working on a bunch of my download PDFs that I've been uploading on the website. And I was not at my computer and I just decided to jump on. All right, let's do a quick, I'll do a couple more and then I'll touch base with all of you and check in with all of your energy. So Taurus, those with sun sign, moon sign, or any activity that's taken place in the sign of Taurus. Your energy is showing me Queen of Pentacles upside down. So the energy that needs to shift is how insecure that you are. You tend to be in a sense of, you don't feel confident. You don't feel that you have enough money. Somehow you don't feel sensible or nurtured enough. Maybe you feel a little irresponsible with your monies. You don't feel that there's enough energy that's coming towards you. This is an energy that tends to need to shift, that you're in a distortion of a masculine energy. And this is where you get into receiving mode to allow the universe to actually start providing to you. And so the mirror that's showing up is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands has a lot to do with your planning. You're planning right now. You're working on some things in order for you to make a decision, because you're choosing a path and you're making a decision, whether it's making a change in your work habits, it's whether you're making a change, but you have to wait for this result. And so this is the thing where you're constantly always waiting. It seems like time is not on your side. And this is why this timeline is not been working for you, is because of the fact when things are not working out for you the way that you wish for it to work out for you, you start questioning if you're valuable, if you are able to receive what you are seeking out to do. The throne is the power that you hold on to, and I've got the Nine of Swords. So, this is saying to me, your power and all your energy and intention has been focused on the negativity. You've been now at a breaking point. It just seems like you manifest from the contrast. So for you, you tend to not react. You're very reactive, and so you're not going to react until you get in a reacting state. And so you will get to a state of fear. You'll get to a state of you can't sleep. You'll get to a state of needing to change something before it actually changes. And so your energy tends to work out when you are getting at that's it. That's it. And then it will start to come out. And that's the thing. You have to get to that state. So the cloak, what you have to release in this state is the Three of Pentacles upside down. You can't depend on the universe to deliver. You can't depend on people to deliver for you. This is not about you having the effort and having the goals and following through with the plan and seeing the universe responding. No, for you, that doesn't work for you. You have to let that all go. You have to release it all. You have to go and just demand, I'm done, and surrender. You're like, you're not letting me be part of this anymore. I've tried enough, and it just seems like I'm to a state where there's something off and I'm not being able to be receiving what I deserve anymore. And I know I'm worthy. It's just that it seems like there's something backwards here. And so this has a lot to do with you really surrendering. The torch, what's going to guide you is the Strength card upside down. And the Strength card upside down is a lot to do with where your confidence and how your inner power is straying you towards the negative instead of the positive. You've always been in a state of taking on karmic energy where it's always been, what can you transmute? And you tend to have done that so often where you take a negative and turn it into a positive. You don't know how to actually just put in positive, because when you bring in something positive, you'll transmute it into a negative. And so this is the energy of a phoenix, right? So this is where things have been always a challenge for you. So the Treasure, where you are, I'm seeing Seven of Cups upside down. So you are no longer creating opportunities, fantasies, imaginations, illusions, or creating anything that is a choice. You are no longer creating a choice. For this, it's basically, this is like, I'm not making a choice here. You state to the universe clearly, this is what I want. And just know it is done. And when you go and demand this to be done, you have to believe it. You have to understand how manifesting works. And the manifestation that's happening in this process has a lot to do with why the Emperor is not showing up for you. Your divine masculine is, not physically in your life. or feminine for those who are divine masculines. And so there is an absence, and that absence is what is making your heart really grow fonder. You're like, where is it that I need to change this so I could have this in my life? Well, the universe is telling you, but you don't want to listen to it. The universe may say, maybe you have to be open to meeting someone. Maybe you have to go out and do something that you don't feel comfortable doing. Maybe you're resisting it subconsciously. And you're like, yes, but that's not the person that I chose. And this is where we're going back to the original state of the person you chose is what's stressing you out in the first place. The universe is saying, let me do it my way. And if you keep on trying to be in control, it's not going to work out the way that you want it to. So it's not saying that your person is not your person, but how you are allowing all of this to fall into place is how you're supposed to learn how to trust. See, the Knight of Cups is upside down. And so that has a lot to do with your energy is not being graceful. It's determined to be a certain way. And that has a lot to do with that control. And if you're in control, you're in a masculine energy, and that it means like your energy is not into your energy, and you're instead battling it out with the universe. The Ten of Swords upside down. And the Ten of Swords has a lot to do with your future self, that you're not to accept defeat or failure, betrayal, exhaustion, collapse, or to give up. No. This is more about a plan for you to follow through with on a daily basis, for you to get the end result without you being emotionally involved. Because it's your emotions are self-regulating always against trying to transmute something that is already negative. You are just creating this catastrophe over and over and over again. So this is about you doing a self-regulating process in order for you to evolve. Will the person show up because of what you're going to do? I have the Knight of Pentacles flew out with the Six of Pentacles upside down. So you won't be the one giving in this situation. They'll be giving to you. And the Knight of Pentacles is going to be committed, patient, conservative, slow and steady, reliable. So if this is your person is going to see the value in you. Your person is going to be giving the energy back to you. Your person is going to be not quite in his king energy, but definitely be paying attention to you. So you may look for them to reach out once you get into this energy. Cancer. All right, Cancer. Your energy that you are trying to leave right now, I have the Five of Wands upside down. Five of Wands upside down has a lot to do with letting go of conflicts, letting go of your ego, letting go of competition, letting go of the fight. Just letting go of, this is no longer working for me. I'm moving on. I know my battles are done. I'm not going to fight anymore. So you want to get out of that aggression. You want to get out of the battles. You want to get away from the conflict, because whatever is causing this conflict for you. And so the mirror that is showing up for you, I've got the Three of Fire. And the Three of Fire has a lot to do with vision and goals. And it's a very good powering, like you can see the potential. And the mirror is what you are meant to see, is look at the potential. Look, how is it that you can look at what is good in any of these relationships instead of looking at the conflict? Start paying attention to what is good in these relationships. You know, start focusing on the appreciation that you know they're reaching out to you every day. Start focusing on the fact that they're trying to be there for you even when they're upset or too busy. You know, they're trying to accommodate you in some way. There is something that's good because there's a payoff. And so the throne for you, Queen. I've got Ace of Fire, which is an opportunity. So there is an opportunity, and I get the Ten of Earth flew out as well. So there's an opportunity here that is going to make you feel very secure, very secure. And it may be something that you're going to be very passionately happy with, whether it's a job or whether it is a relationship. And so this is where your power lies, is the fact that you are creative and you potentially have a very good security, whether you have money or you have ways to support yourself in some way. So the cloak, what you have to release is, I see here the Page of Air. And the Page of Air is there's some kind of truth that has not been spoken. There has been words maybe avoided to have a talk. Maybe there is a possibility that you have been too outspoken and doing the talking for both of you instead of allowing that person to talk. The torch is what is guiding you. You have here the Nine of Earth. And the Nine of Earth has a lot to do with you being content, being on your own. And the treasure, what you are going to find in all of this, is the Five of Earth upside down. You're going to release the victim mentality, the worries, the abandonment, the lack. In fact, you're going to start noticing a shift in your energy, and there's going to be a lot of changes in your energy field. And so what you're going to see is that the Lover's card upside down is that you're not going to be focused so much on them being the one, but instead it's time for them to see that you always was the one. By you pulling back your energy, by you starting to see that you are valuable and seeing the way that you treat yourself, they're going to start seeing you in a different way. You're going to see that the star comes up, that you're not going to be always about what can I do for you? How can I be your dreams come true? They're going to start questioning, you know, are they fulfilling for you? What, you know, as long as you were always fulfilling for them, they never felt that void before, that emptiness. They always felt Ace of Air. They always felt that you were always inspiring them, communicating with them, adjusting for them. And with that all gone, they either have to find somebody else who's going to fulfill all of those voids, or they are going to miss you. So if they actually reach out, what will come out of that? Get the 7 of Cups upside down. They know you're the only one. They know that you could have other choices, and that's going to bother them quite a bit. But yes, Gemini, they're starting to question, is there a potential to find anybody else to replace you? Not at all. They already know. They already know. They're in this journey all by themselves because there is nobody else for them. And they probably won't say that to you. They won't reveal that to you, but they certainly know there's nobody else. All right, Cancer. Cancer, what's going on with your energy right now this weekend? Because we're checking to see what happens to get them to come back. And we're showing right now your energy that you need to shift is the 5 of Wands. Looks like there's some conflict. Your egos are being bruised. There's some rivalries, some tension. It looks like a little conflict that's going on for you. And you're looking at becoming out of that conflict space. You want to be able to have smoothness again. So Cancer, the mirror that is showing up in your life right now is showing temperance. Temperance has a lot to do with peace and tranquility, balance and patience and harmony, which is exactly what you're looking for. You're meant to see this person showing up and showing you what balance feels like, to see that your life is so chaotic and all of this conflict. And as long as this person shows up, you can see what it's like to have this polar opposite tend to your life. This person is trying to be peace, trying to be fulfillment, trying to be harmony. And so you may feel like, oh, this feels wrong because it's not all the conflict that you're used to. So where your power lies, where your empowerment is coming from, you've got the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is you are the wishes fulfilled. You are the pleasure that they seek. When you actually see that you are everything that they're looking for. The cloak, what you have to release is the Lovers upside down. You know, why think that your spiritual love, your twin flame, your person has to be running or conflict or needs to be difficult in any way? Even your misconceptions of who you think your person is has a lot to do with all of this. Because once you let go of your belief system of how they're supposed to show up for you, you'll see that what is going to guide you is the Hangman. And the Hangman has a lot to do with, you always want what you sacrifice yourself for. You were always waiting and lack of direction, and you didn't know what to do. And so the torch is lighting up, and it's making your path so easy and clear. And it's saying, the treasure that you're finding is the 5 of Cups upside down. And it has a lot to do with hardships and loss and isolation and abandonment. Is all no longer for you. It's not what you're attracting. It's not what you're going to experience here. In fact, the gift that you're going to get out of this is the fact that you're going to be able to resolve the aggression in disputes, the bullying and stress and the conflicts and arguments that you have always felt that was important to you. But they're going to come up in other ways until you're able to release them. And it's time for you to look at why those are taken on they're being mirrored so much because of the fact that you've been at a crossroads for so long of how to be yourself instead of mirroring all of the conflict that you've been raised around. So you've been in a state where you've always denied yourself happiness because it didn't feel natural. You've been in a state of blocking yourself from anybody that was giving you a peaceful union because you're always used to the conflict. What was hidden was the fact that your new initiative and inspiration was just right behind it. You looked for the conflict instead of the passion. You thought the passion had to be conflict. I can't see these messages. I don't have my phone. Let me see if I can read these. I'm not sure what you mean. I miss Vicky too. I was thinking, where is she? I'm not sure what you were talking about. So let's put that right there. All right. So it's just so I could see these messages from you guys. All right. So it's time for you to let go. This is the death card. This is time for transformation. This is time for you to end in new beginnings. So everything from your past of conflict and pain and needing to be attracted to people and places and things that would create that depth of conflict, it's time for you to change and start seeking your passions instead. So we used to have frequent readings or updates. I just worked on probably about 100 different PDFs that I've uploaded to the websites for people to be able to access to download. So the fact that I didn't have available time, I do work full time. And for everybody who knows that I work full time, but I just created a whole bunch of PDFs, and it is just having free readings is not helping anybody if you're not being able to get the information to be able to evolve into manifesting, or into how to regulate your nervous system, or into how to have a healthy relationship, or how to energetically, maybe it's Reiki, whatever it is. So I've been working on trying to get my stuff ready. So, I'm not sure what you're looking for. I've been on here earlier this week. I was actually here earlier this week. Twice a week, I think, is sufficient. Maybe 3. So you are turning into the magician. This is a time for you to really look at your manifestation and the power and resources of what you are manifesting. And for those who may need to take the initiative and the steps to really write down what it is you want and focus on those things instead of reacting emotionally. I'm not sure what you're talking about. How can we do the payment from US from readings? My website takes payments from US and Canada. I'm a Canadian, so Canadian, it would be hard for me to take payments from US citizens so easily through email. But my website is set up with credit card, PayPal, all sorts of different methods. And I encourage people to look at the PDFs and the courses that I have. They're all on sale Canadian for $5 or $10, and there's more being uploaded. So many great courses up there. They're so great. So I'm not sure. I've had other people who were from the US have made purchases. So if you can't make a purchase with a credit card or PayPal or a PayPal account, I'm not sure if there's other methods. And I have a free download because there's a coupon code. And when you use the coupon code, it takes you right through the checkout. You don't have to pay a cent for it. There's a free download there for you. And I have that there for you. All right. Cancer. So yes, Gemini, you have to really look at regulating your nervous system. And so this is something that comes up in our responses. And so there are lots of things of how we react to the energy through our regulating our nervous system. Oh, that was Cancer. Leo. That was Cancer. So Cancer, you have to look at really what you are manifesting here. Hey, Cherry. So hey, Cherry, RK, and I am doing well. I've just been so energetically creative, making all of these PDFs, really working hard, going through some of my old information. I update it, I upload it. There is chakra rebalancing. There is regulating your nervous system. There is all sorts of different manifesting programs and courses. There is, for family disputes, to resolve family disputes. There is all sorts. Oh, you're Cancer. So Cancer, I just wrapped up Cancer. And it just seems like for Cancer, you are manifesting from a state of conflict and how to resolve that conflict so you can manifest from a state of peace. All right, let's do Leo. I'm going to do a couple of you guys too, but you have to request it. I can't assume that you guys are joining me or going to get one. We'll do Leo and then Virgo, and then I will do about 3, and then we'll do the other signs. I'm keeping these nice and short. All right, Leo, your energy currently, I see you at the 9 of Pentacles. And so, you're being a little self-sufficient. You are, and someone will have to, missing. So, Leo, I'm seeing you being a little self-sufficient, feeling, effort and success. You're in a good state here energetically, but you just feel like you don't want anybody outside of you. You're kind of like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And so the mirror that is showing up, you've got the 8 of Cups upside down. And the mirror that is showing up has a lot to do with, let me see if I can bring everything a little closer. See if I can get a little closer. All right. So Leo, bringing the cards here. The sun is behind me, so I can't see anything. Look in that direction. So that what is coming through here for you is the mirror is showing the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups has a lot to do with, you don't want to walk away from someone. It seems like you're always letting go, and you're letting go of people and places, and you're not really attaching yourself to anyone. And so what's happening is, because of the fact you want this shift in your energy, you want to actually bond with someone. You want to start looking for the one. You're looking for your person. And so your person, because of the fact that this is a shift that you're trying to achieve in your energy, you are coming up with the devil. And the devil has a lot to do with some toxic energy because of codependency. And so you have been avoiding looking at the one thing that you actually truly, you've been so detached and so nonchalant and having trouble really strongly connecting with anyone. And that's because of the fact that there is this codependency. You have this attachment to finding the one. And so, when you have this energy that you have to release, it just seems like there's this deception, this trickery. You feel like I don't know how to be honest. And it's because of the fact that you want to be a person that you can feel that they're going to give this energy the same as you. But when they seem like they're in it too, you tend to question if they're going to stick around or leave. And so this is the thing. You hide your emotions. You hold back. You're very much an avoidant attachment energy here. And so what you have to release is this, this deception. You have to start being more honest and upfront and speak about really what it is you want. And so this is the thing, the Fool is the torch that is going to guide you through all of this. It's time for you to take a chance. Maybe this is something that's going to be new for you. And this is going to be unfamiliar territory. And in some ways, this is a treasure that is meant for you, highest priestess. There is some hidden knowledge or intuition that that you have this person showing up for you. It's, that there's this person that's signed for you. There's this person that's showing up for you, but you don't know how to have trust in how it all falls through, right? Because, you always feel like you're waiting. You're always wondering, when is it going to be your turn? And that is the energy of you pushing them away. You see, looking ahead is not having confidence that everything is already working out for you. You're always constantly looking ahead instead of being present in your current energy. Your future self is the moon. And your future self doesn't really trust that everything will go in its cycles and ebbs and flows, and things are going to sometimes be good and sometimes things are not great. But There is a marriage here for you. There is a relationship that's going to be home, stability, celebrations. I'm seeing it here showing up for you. It's actually everything that you want. The thing is, for some reason, you're running from yourself. And you have to see that you are the one. Instead of, adapting to what they want. All right, I'll do Virgo and then we'll do a couple of readings. We'll do 3 and then we'll do a couple more of these signs. Sorry about the bright light and how dark this is. All right, Virgo, Page of Cups. So you're changing your energy. You've been a bit of a dreamer. You've been like constantly being innocent and naive and playing the drama of I don't know what's going on. And you're kind of like, I want to seem like I know something here. I want to be able to feel like I have some say in this. I don't want to be in the passive end of, being, got to take what's being given. You want to be able to say, how can I get in on this? And who is showing up? The mirror is the Tower upside down. You know what? You're the healer. You are always showing up where somebody else's life is in chaos and you're the stability, what they need in them. You show up when people are in crisis and you're the stability. You're the grounding force. You're the one who makes it people feel aligned. The throne of what you are receiving right here is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords upside down is you're not in denial. You know where everything is. You know where the crossroads have led to you, for you. You've been through it all, and you are just at the receiving end of something good. So you're always being able to see results work out for them. You're not always going to be the healer. You see, you've already gone through it, and so what you have to let go is the King of Wands, because as long as you're the leader and the visionary and you're always, optimistic and everything is working out for you, you're always going to be in that masculine energy instead of doing the Strength upside down. Instead of you doing the work yourself, right? You have to go and see that you need just as much patience and courage inside of yourself. The strength has a lot to do with you upside down, that maybe there's some work that you have to do on yourself. Your treasure is what you are receiving is the sun, and the sun has a lot to do with happiness and joy in the innocence of being optimistic and knowing everything is working out for you, because your future self says you had to fight to see the value in yourself. You had to see that you knew a thing or two. You had to actually work through some of this. And you have also the moon upside down. This is, you really have to be clear in what you want and why are you the one who is healing them if you need the healing yourself. You see, you like impulsive, immature people, hot-tempered, maybe rebellious, maybe because they like to seduce and charm you. But they're not giving you your family and stability that you're looking for. So if you want a wise and devoted, balanced person who is balanced head and heart, you have to believe that you can receive that, not by being them, but being ready to open up that space to see that you cannot attract your king if you don't get into your energy of queen. There seems to be, same as Taurus, you tend to attract what you don't want, and you don't stop until you say enough. But you do have your Knight of Cups showing up. And you're the one who's going to be walking away and letting go because you want something more. All right. Who was the first one? Who was the first one who asked for the reading? Was it Anne? Was it Anne? I see everybody saying hi. And I said, I remember Anne asking. All right. So Anne, I see RK wants one. I know Cherry wants one. Anne wants one. Can someone go through and see, make sure that we didn't miss anybody? I can't really see all the names from the list. I don't have my phone. My phone is somewhere. All right. I've got 2 decks of cards here. I'm just separating them. Are we doing Anne first? All right, Anne. I am seeing here that you're really trying hard not to be depressed. You're working really hard through some energies here where you're quite upset, and you have been blocking that upsetness with trying to have compassion and courage for yourself. You seem very much emotionally sad, and through this it's a challenge. You're trying to say no, things, you're trying to look on the bright side, you're trying to get yourself through this, you're trying really hard. Oh, add Patty on the list. Patty was the first one to say hi to me. Hi, Marion. Make sure Patty gets on the list. Yeah. So get somebody just to write down everybody's name on a list. Just so I'm doing Anne right now. Patty did say hi earlier, so make sure Patty gets in the list. RK is added on it. Cherry is added on it. Marion wants to get added on to it. All right. So Anne, back to you, Anne. So Anne, I'm seeing here that you're your heart is blocked by some things that's going on in the material world. All right. You're having a hard time letting go of being dependent on someone. All right. What if it's not that person? What if it's somebody else? And you look at the past and you're like, well, I don't know how to tap in to knowing what I should do. I'm having a hard time. So I'm trusting on others to guide me. I'm having a hard time knowing what I want. And so I'm seeing that in the past where you really don't know how to have the wisdom and the patience to know what you want. And you don't know really what is good for you because of that. It's where you blocked yourself in your sacral. And so in your head, you feel a little bit compromised in that you only get if you receive. There is something to do with you wanting something because you're working hard for it. And if something was actually showing up for you too easily, you're like, well, I got to work hard for it. And so I do see your emperor showing up for you. I do see in their near future, the emperor is somebody who is going to show up for you in the way that you are looking for this person to show up for you. So the question is your person showing up? Yeah, I see him here in the future. Let me clarify this a little bit. So I'm looking at your heart. You're a little bit defensive. You're in self-protecting mode. You feel that it was maybe something unfair and you're just looking for justification. Somebody go back and see if Patty asked for one, just to make sure she gets on that list in order. If somebody can do that, I just can't go through it right now. In the past, I am seeing where you don't trust your intuition. You don't trust how you feel. I'm seeing here that it has a lot to do with some inner child work that needs to be done. You were told you're a little bit too much in a fantasy world. And this is something that you grew up in a childhood that you didn't trust, that some of those thoughts that you had were real. And so you are told that some of those thoughts that you have are not necessary. Your head starts questioning if you have the ability to manifest properly. But you are a manifester. You just need to have your skills down. In fact, it would probably benefit you to get yourself involved in one of those manifesting programs. The courses are only $11. And it would be probably a good one for you to go through. Now, let's look at your person. So your person's not going to abandon you. Your person is not going to make it be a struggle. The person is needing, they're going to be, you got 10 of Cups here. You've got 5 of Pentacles upside down. You get the 10 of Cups. And you've got the Star. So you're not going to see it coming. You're not going to see it coming. This is going to create such emotional stability for you. There's not going to abandon you. There's going to be lots of love here. You're going to see, you're not going to feel this is your wish happening when it happens either. It's kind of like going to happen. It's going to happen in a way that you weren't expecting it to. You have to understand that your feminine energy, your divine feminine energy is what's being a problem. It has a lot to do with you getting in receiving mode. and you're not in receiving mode. And again, I'm not criticizing you. I'm not judging you. I'm not saying there's something flawed with you. When you're in divine feminine mode, you kind of like take a step back and you observe, and you start, you're too much in a trying to force something to happen, which is a negative state for you. And you are needing to pull out of that energy, because you're just creating more and more of that same energy to happen. Your challenges is your limited belief. I can't do this right now. You got to work through that, because this is a limited belief. I can't do this right now. Another limited belief is that you tend to feed off of drama. And another limited belief is, will this pain ever stop? So you're manifesting from a pain wound. You are seeking, your nervous system is looking for drama, and your limited belief system is, I can't do this right now. So these are actions of why we manifest and why we crave. Oh my gracious, I'm throwing cards all over the place here. And why we respond and crave certain types of stimuli to activate the nervous system to regulate this. Yeah, I see that. There's a lot in your head. So for you, you have to see that you have to let go of the memories and nostalgia right now. You have to be okay with an ending happening. Be okay if that relationship is over. Be okay with it. Because in order for you to get your wishes and dreams come true, you have to let go of the pain that is stopping you. The Two of Cups, your person may not be who you think it is. Or maybe it's the energy that you're putting it into. Patty, you keep on saying you did ask. I'm not looking at the chat at all. And Cherry just went and made the list, and she's got your name on it. So, Patty, I'm, not sure. I won't be able to read any of this chat until at the end of the whole thing. I don't have the ability to read the chat. That's why I have a laptop here trying to see what's on the chat right at here, but I don't have my phone here with me. And I'm not going to go running around looking for my phone right now. So, Anne, there is a big hole in my heart that I cannot fill on my own. So, Anne, if you're in the energy of feeling that you have this big hole in your heart and that your person is going to be filling that hole, if that person showed up in your life, that hole is still going to be absent. Nobody can fill any parts of you. Nobody can complete you. That absence is going to show up in a relationship no matter what. So what you have to do is look for ways to fill that hole within you. And so whether you do it through visualization or emotional support, or however that hole shows up for you, if you can fulfill that all by yourself, you will see that the other person will be able to mirror that. That is our flaw. We seek others to fulfill what is missing from us. And then what happens is when we actually look for them, they actually respond in the polar opposite. Because if we don't have it, they don't have it. Do you see how that is an energetic match? If we don't have it, they don't have it. Get it? If we don't have it, they don't have it. Energetic match. If we don't have it, they don't have it. I'm going to keep on saying that until you get it. Fulfill your own cup, and then they show up and do it for you. All right. Cherry, Patty's next. All right. Patty, still here? I hope you're okay with hearing the truth. I'm going to deliver the truth as it comes through. And for anybody, I'm just going to go in, and it's not really a plug. My website contains all sorts of digital downloads. You can get them for as low as $5. There are a whole lot of courses for $11. There is all sorts of readings included. $11 readings. That's not very much, especially if you're doing from the US, because US, your currency is a lot less. So those readings are probably around $8. Or there's all sorts of different things for $8. All you have to do is go through the checkout, and there's even a free download for anybody who wants to go and get your free download. There's a coupon code there for it. All right, Patty. Patty, are you here? The only thing I'm going to tell you, Anne, is whoever he is, there is someone showing up for you. Let's take it off about who it is, because as long as you keep on attaching yourself to him to fulfill the empty void in you, you are not going, you're just struggling from the pain of separation. So you need to separate yourself from this relationship completely. Stop having yourself attached to it needing to go a certain way. Like, just detach and just observe what shows up for you. Be open to what that is. Patty, I keep on asking for you. Are you here, Patty? All right. I don't know if Patty's here or not, but I'll continue doing the reading, but you have to be here when I'm doing the reading. And I just made the announcement I was going to do you. All right. So Patty, I have here that you're questioning if you have the ability to manifest. I'm looking at, it looks like somebody or something that you feel very much that you're determined to move forward towards. You want to move towards somebody with this action. Oh, there she is. And so I'm seeing here that there is a manifestation that you're trying to achieve, but what's blocking it is you are hoping for one thing, but you're manifesting something else. So if there's a conflict in what you want to manifest and what you are wishing for. Does that make sense? So there is a conflict in how you're manifesting. So you're kind of like contradicting yourself. You're saying, oh, I want this, but then you're wanting something. Does that make sense? Because I'm seeing here in your heart, you don't want your person who is reliable and committed and patient and conservative. You want what you can't have. And in the past, it has a lot to do with you not feeling worthy, you not feeling self-assured or attractive or confident enough to be with this person. And so in your head, you tend to get in this headspace where you get stressed out. And when you get stressed out, you start paying attention to this person. It's kind of like you want the trauma bond. And this trauma bond has not to do with what you want. It has a lot to do with what you're used to. Because I'm seeing here that you have been feeling failure in a connection that has exhausted you so much because your emperor keeps on pulling away and or leaving you. And you have this codependency. And because of this codependency, you start questioning if this person is going to show up. They keep on like pulling away when things get good, or they breadcrumb you. So you tend to not feel secure in this relationship. And this is about you understanding boundaries and you understanding that nobody can take anything from you unless you offer it. And so there is something to do with you to hold back your energy to pull them back in. And you're like, what? I don't want to do that. And so this has a lot to do with the potential of you walking away from someone who you potentially walking away from someone that is not here serving you. All right, so let's look at. So in your heart, all right, so in your heart, you tend to have manifested through your heart space from lack. You tend to, from childhood, growing up, you learned to manifest from missed opportunities. And so it's showing here in the past that relationships weren't easy for you. In fact, relationships were always one-sided, or somebody who was a part of you that was important to you, it wasn't really available. Because I'm showing here some lack of availability. And so in the head, I'm seeing here that it makes you insecure, and it makes your home life feeling like there is this need to feel validated. So you want to walk away and leave this person because you are ready to transform. You're like this phoenix lifting from the ashes in the near future, because you start realizing what you're manifesting, not from what you want, but from what you need. And so what happens is you start really manifesting a person who is compassionate and understanding and trustworthy. because of the fact that you realize that if you want those things, you can't be in the same energy and be in alignment with that type of energy, because you've always been in alignment with a different, with the opposite. And so I don't understand why you keep on saying I'm here. I don't know if the timeline is really off, but I see that you're here. I'm just reading. I can't stop and respond to the chat when I'm channeling, because it just distracts me when I'm channeling. So if you're saying, like, I'm not sure, does it seem like I'm talking to you, Patty? Because I mean, I am. Yeah. So this is the thing. You're going through a really big change where you're paying attention to how you've always manifest relationships before, and focusing now on the type of person you really want in your life, and not giving your energy to someone else. In fact, you're going to go and pull back your energy from anybody who is not serving you. You're no longer chasing after someone who is going to repeat a cycle of you trying to replace someone who was missing a long time ago. This has a lot to do with you putting value into yourself, you seeing yourself as a valuable person, you seeing that you're worthy and that you're lovable and that you can have this wonderful relationship. You don't need to have this type of childhood repeated over and over and over again. But I do see you paying attention to what you're manifesting. And I do see your King of Cups showing up. He will be wise, he will be devoted, he will be balanced, and he is going to give not only from the head, but be understanding what you are offering from the heart, and without projecting or being rejecting. But your person is coming. Absolutely. All right, who is next? Was that you, Cherry, next? Okay, RK, you're next. So for me to look at the list, I have to scroll down to see your guys' messages. So I can't read them. Just gonna say, go to the website. There is something there for everyone. Absolutely. I've been working like crazy, uploading and getting those little projects ready. And there's lots of PDFs. You have no idea. Some of those have, like the one I uploaded, one of the courses is like, oh my gosh, it was like 18 PDFs. It was just crazy. I know they seem cheap because I have the price so low, but I'm only doing that temporary. They'll go back to the regular prices again, but right now I have them all on for $11.11 and $5. All right. Okay. You're starting to question a lot about your happiness. I'm seeing here that there is some pain. You need to forgive yourself because you're distracting the pain that you have in yourself with this person. All right. So there is some pain in here that you're in denial about, and you don't want to accept it. You don't want to look at it, and you are masking it by focusing your energy on this person. And so in your heart, you're avoiding what you feel. There's some confusion, but there's kind of like, I have some indecision. I really don't know. So I pull my energy back. I'm not really comfortable. And it's because in the past, and there's more coming up yet, and so they may not all be uploaded yet. So in the past, I'm seeing here where you were really discontent in a relationship. So it makes it, and I'll clarify this a little bit, but I've seen here where you were in a relationship and you weren't really happy. And so you struggle with that. And so I'm seeing here in your head, um, you feel inadequate being in your divine feminine energy. You feel that something is being taken from you. You're missing out in opportunities by you being in your divine feminine energy. And so there is a soulmate showing up here for you. I do see a soulmate. All right. So in your heart, you come across as somebody who is really loving and nurturing and very much a healer, but it is actually covering up some avoidant attachment. You're avoiding something that is really painful for you. And so this has a lot to do with something that you haven't really looked at inside. There's something there that you don't really want to look at inside of why you were really detached in the past. And it's something that is really hard for you. And the fact that has a lot to do with in your mind is that by you succumbing to your divine feminine energy, you feel like you're sacrificing yourself. You feel like you're lacking any direction or drive or like you just feel like you're not able to fulfill yourself being in your feminine energy. And so that's why you distract yourself with this masculine energy. And because I do see the soulmate, and the soulmate is going to help you deal with the fact that I see here traditionally relationships for you has a lot to do with loss and grief and disappointment. And so, until you work through this and not like let go, because there's something really that you don't want to look at. And right now, the soulmate is going to help you through this, but it's not going to happen like that. It's going to take some time. I'm seeing here that this person is going to be very caring and nurturing and sensible and help you heal. But you don't want a masculine type of energy to show up for you until you get comfortable being in your feminine energy. There is something here about you not feeling comfortable in your feminine energy. It's really hard for you. But if you do it, you'll be very successful. Yeah, you'll be really successful here. Yeah. Like for some reason, you feel that you're powerless in your divine feminine energy. I don't think that being in your divine feminine energy will make you powerless. It makes you more powerful. But because of the fact you were so disappointed in the past, you're scared of what you're going to attract. You don't trust in your own energy. You don't trust in you. You don't trust in what you attract. Yeah. So if you don't trust in what you attract, you're going to attract somebody who's going to be deceiving you. Be careful what you wish for. Yeah, I know. You don't trust men at all. I know. That's what's coming up here. Yeah, well, you have a soulmate coming up. But your soulmate, it's going to take time for them. It's going to take time for them because you're going to make them jump through hoops. And that's the thing. It's time for you to really look inside of what did I just say to Anne, right? If you're empty, they'll be empty too. You get it? If you're not trusting them, they are going to prove they're not worthy of trust. They're going to mirror that. All right. I'll do one more for now. I got to get through my signs and we'll see what we're like. Cherry. Was Cherry next? Cherry. All right. Marion, I'm going to do some more signs before I can get back to you or anybody else who asks, okay? All right. So, Cherry, I am seeing here that you feel okay, it's kind of like the energy that I feel here is you're not really content. In fact, you've been waiting for good news. You've been waiting for something to happen and it never did. And because it never happened, you actually are stressed out over it. You're like, yeah, I'm just like, you're kind of really let down. And because of the fact that it never really happened the way that you want it to happen, you're really feeling let down. And so because of it, you feel that you can't have this loving, perfect relationship that you desire. You, in your heart, you're blocking it. You're literally blocking this love. And you're feeling that, it never showed up in the past. And because it never showed up in the past, I don't know if it's going to ever show up. Because in my head, I'm feeling like maybe it's something I don't know. Maybe it's something that I'm missing here. Maybe it's something I need to know here. And so I'm seeing here that it has a lot to do with two people wanting the same thing. That's it. So let's clarify this a little bit. Well, I'm seeing here that you're concerned that you're not worthy of this love. You are you're manifesting this. You're manifesting that you're not worthy of this love. You are feeling you're programming your energetic field through your heart space that this is not deserving. And so I'm seeing here that you feel karmically tied to the fact that it's just you're blocked, you're stuck, and you're karmically being tied to this. And that is not how it works. All right. So if you keep on telling yourself that you're not deserving, you won't see this happening for you. And so there is an energy that you have to reset here, because in your mind, your limited beliefs is, there's something you don't know, there's something that you have to learn, there's some kind of detail. And what I'm seeing here is, you're kind of like, you're constantly running on this energy that is depleting you, that it's never going anywhere. And so really, when it comes to these relationships, these relationships is based on you and another person contributing to this energy field of an equal give and take. And so usually if your energy is lacking, somebody would show up to mirror that. And so there is here somebody that is showing up, and you're not going to be alone in this journey. You're going to find your person. In fact, there is a relationship here, a committed relationship I'm seeing. And this person is not going to be motivated. You're going to really have to be direct and daring. You're going to have to initiate. And because of the fact this person is not, they're going to be completely oblivious, just like you. You are completely oblivious of the potential of relationships that's all around you. You're just completely like oblivious. So you need to step up to really create this, because when you look at that person and saying, listen, I would like to not saying that you're supposed to get in your masculine energy, but if you're like clear, I am looking to date someone, you're a nice person. Do you want to? Like there just seems to be something here where you are creating this yourself, and this person is going to be just oblivious to it as you. There needs to be communication. There needs to be communication. So I think you have to write down what you're looking for in this person. And I think you need to communicate it with the universe and know, like there is, I have my one program. I talk about that, the different steps to manifest this person. And I think that is something that you should do. Like, say your affirmations every morning and night, and write down your love letter to them, and, really try to inspire this energy, because it just seems like this person is just as oblivious as you. And it's not because they're not interested in you. but they're like you. You're kind of like, people are surrounding you. You have a different type of energy as them. And the different type of energy is because you're just looking for someone to show up for you. And everybody's so caught up in their own stuff. So when people are in pain, they're looking for pain. For you, you're just looking for someone to show up. Marion, I'm going to do you. Okay, Marion, just in case I have to take a little break and do the other signs, I thought I would do you, Marion. All right, Marion. All right. So, Marion, I'm seeing here for you, you don't feel really recognized and praised for all of the hard work that you've put into somebody. And, it was really, really hard. And there was a sudden change. And there was like this tearing down of this relationship that you really put a lot of time and effort into. And so it's been hard for you. And so you're like, I don't have anybody I can reach out to. I don't have anybody I could really talk to. I don't really have those friends that can help me through this. And so I'm looking at the past, and the past is because you were karmically tied. And this karmically tied is when you get through it. All of that, you don't want to have anything. This is like you stepping into a new stage of life. And so in your head, you're like, but this was my happiness. This was my home. And they're like talking about there is something deeper inside. There's more to this than you even know, right? Let's look into this a little bit deeper. All right. So let's look into this a little bit more. All right. So you're having trouble letting go. And the reason you're having trouble letting go is because of something that you have contributed so much to. You have given so much to something that fell apart. And so, it's hard for you to see you have other options out there when you don't have the friends and you don't know where to start, and you really don't know how to go about this because you don't have that support system in place. And so when you look at the past, it was hard for you because there was this contract that had to be dissolved. It was karmic. There was a karmic check the box needing to be done and resolved. All right. And so, and people get a little uncomfortable when we talk about karmics and, titles of who people are. You definitely have a karmic situation here that needed to be resolved. And that means that you were energetically elevating yourself, because when you release the karmic, you level up. And so I'm seeing here that you really want to feel this home, this peace, but you're seeking it. You haven't yet found home. Trust. You have not yet found home. You thought you did. You thought this person was home. But you haven't been able to really experience home yet. You have been in a lack mindset. You've been, because karmically, that's where your energy was at. This is a time for you to be in a stage of transformation as one cycle ends and you allow yourself to get into your Empress energy and close that door on the past. You're walking into a whole new life, and it's going to create a beautiful existence. There is something new on your path, and this life will be really rewarding, but you have to be okay to let go of the old. But you do not feel worthy. Something about you are holding back. You don't see the value in you, probably because of the choice to be courage to walk away from something that you feel you deserved, that you worked so hard for. But that's what karmically, we're at Saturn at 29 degrees. The universe knows how to balance it all out. No one is cheated. There is no one who's going to scam you. There is nobody that's going to take something from you. You're worthy. In fact, that is what is taking the abundance away from you. If you were being frugal and saying, this is all I have, then you won't have more coming to you. It's how the laws of abundance works. But when you're looking at this experience and say, okay, that was a blast, what's next? And see how that shows up for you. Because that is what I'm showing, is that you are going from a karmic cycle into a brand new, and on the other side of that, it is something amazing. So that was your reading for you. All right, Libra. Some cards in here mixed up. Just correcting that. All right, Libra. Libra, the energy that you want to shift out of. Knight of Water. Libra. Libra, it looks like you're trying to figure out if the person that you are admiring, that you have romantic feelings, if you're trying to get over them. It just seems like there's a person that you're paying attention to quite a bit. And so what you are mirroring is the Nine of Cups upside down. And so the Nine of Cups upside down is you don't feel very happy. You don't feel like you're getting your wishes fulfilled. You feel like, oh, nothing is really working out for me. And so the power is because you are focusing too much on what you don't have. And so this is the thing. The Four of Cups has a lot to do with you feeling not emotionally fulfilled. And this is the thing, you want to be emotionally fulfilled. You don't like the fact that you're feeling, I can't feel anything. I know I felt something before, but I don't feel anything now. And that is what is concerning you. My cards all flew out of my hands here. You're looking for that rush. You're looking for that energetic, pull, but you feel nothing, and it's bothering some. You don't understand why that's happening to you. And so what you have to release, the cloak that energy is the Nine of Air, the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is that negativity, that stress. It's not that love that you got to release. It's that intensity, that drama. You love the trauma bonds. You love the trauma bonds. You love what you can have. You love to seek. And so what is showing here that you have to see is you get the Page of Fire upside down. So the Page of Fire upside down has a lot to do with you're motivated by what you can have. And so the treasure of what you are seeking, your goals and expansion, always is seeming to seek something that you can't have. It's both, it's mirroring this, right? So your future self, has got the Seven of Fire upside down. Your future self is you're trying to overcome a challenge. You're trying to see, how can I get this person back? You want this renewal with this person. You want this so much. But you don't recognize how to do that anymore. You have to be creative. You have to figure out how you're trying to figure out, how can I get things back the way it was? And they're not the same person anymore. So how can you be creative and focus on what it is about them that you want? Because I don't think you believe that it's them. I think that you truly want what you can't have. You want the drama. You want something to stir up the energy. What happens if they come back? I've got the Knight of Cups upside down. So is that you that rejects them? Yeah, you all of a sudden you're happy, so you don't want them anymore. Oh, I have other choices. See, you only want what you can have. Yeah, you have some healing to do. All right. Scorpio. Scorpio looks like you're trying to renew a relationship with somebody here. It looks like you're going through a lot of healing, and that healing is happening because of a contract that you have with somebody. It looks like this person is a soulmate for sure. You are trying to create a reunion with you and this person. And this person is somebody that you do have a contract with. And I am seeing in your heart how you're manifesting with this person is through creation, through something that you're creating or talented. You're maybe an educator, maybe you're doing some PDFs, maybe you are creating some work yourself, but you do not see yourself moving towards this at the time. In the past, you believed in this person, but you did not see that this person was potentially the one. And so in your head, you see that, oh, I'm planning, this is something that we can work towards, but you don't feel there's love there for you from them. And so, Scorpio, I see that you had to take things really slow, and you had to really look at why there was healing that had to be done between you two, because this is a lot of healing. They're healing you. Like, there is a lot of healing. I'm seeing the Tower upside down. I'm seeing the Four of Cups up, the Four of Swords upside down. Lots of transformation and healing here, and this definitely is a soulmate for you. I'm seeing here that you won't have to walk away, and this will be probably apparent to you by the new moon. And you do need to work on your divine feminine energy and what you're attracting to you, because you don't have any direction in what you want. So you have to start being clear with yourself of what you want to manifest here. All right. And I don't know if it's Sagittarius first or Capricorn. So we'll do Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I'm seeing here that you are seeking. You're looking for some fulfillment. There's something that you're trying to find here. And Three of Fire is mirror. You are seeing some goals showing up. You're seeing some things that's happening for you. The universe is aligning with you. The transformation of the Tower is where your power is showing up. So there is some life changes. It's some big transformation that's taken place, and some things you did not see coming for you. What you must release is the Four of Earth. And so you have to, let go of the victim mindset. Let go of holding on to anything that doesn't transform with you. Let go of anything that does not hold on to you. And the torch, it's what's going to guide, is the Three of Cups upside down. And so this tends to be, this one I'm going to say, you may find out who your tribe really is. You may also see that you will not be guided wisely sometimes by somebody. There is potential that someone may not be so much of a friend, and someone may not be so helpful to you. And the treasure of what you are going to manifest out of this is you are going to learn a lesson here. And the lesson has a lot to do with you seeing why you are unhappy. And that unhappiness has a lot to do with the fact that karma is not something that is your responsibility. Karma might be playing on them. And so sometimes when this renewal of this energy is coming back that you are seeking and looking for, maybe they're not done their their contracts yet. And so, because I see here, there is something here with somebody having a contract, and this is not your contract, right? So they're not done their karma yet. So if anybody has to fall away, it's only so that they can deal with the karma that they have to deal with. And because you're already done that, you don't need to deal with that karma. Sometimes it's hard when you're already ahead. You just want everybody else to join you and say, hey, I know the answers here. Come join me. But we can't do it that way. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn. All right, so Capricorn, you've got the Six of Air. Six of Air, this is the energy of you moving on. You are trying to move on, believe in yourself, be inspired, and feel that you can finally let go of what no longer serves you. So the mirror it's showing up is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is you showing up, you being loving, you being psychic, you being giving, you being honoring yourself, you being really confident in yourself, being loving. And I'm seeing that you're going to receive the King of Cups. So here you are being the Queen of Cups, and that your person, your gift, what you are going to see as your power is the King of Cups. And so that person is going to show up. It's going to be trustworthy. It's going to be what you deserve. What you have to release is the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is you need to release the lies, the deceptions, anywhere that you don't see what's going on, anything that is not sure, anything that you do not have any security, let it go. Anything that you don't know is happening, then say, okay, that's not true. You don't have to believe in anything you don't know. You can make your own rules, sure, but anything that you don't know for sure, let it go, because anything can be an illusion right now. What is going to work towards you is the Six of Cups upside down. So you don't want to repeat the past. So it's no good for you to repeat the past or manifest something the same. It's time for you to create something new. And that is going to happen through your treasure. You are going to be motivated and enthusiastic and creative in something that is going to be really something brand spanking new. And so your prophecy is the Knight of Cups. You are actually going to manifest a really romantic, loving connection that is going to be emotionally fulfilling, absolutely free of the challenges that you've had before. So, Capricorn, that is great for you. All right, Aquarius. Resonates, she says. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius. Oh, because I've got so much I got to do. I have more stuff to do. So we're going to get through these two readings. And I don't think anybody else was asking for a reading yet. All right. And remember, everybody, please support my channel, especially if you're getting readings from me. That's all I ask. I don't ask for your money. I do have lots of PDFs and courses that are available to you, but I'm here to help you through your journey. You can help support me so I can do this for you. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius, you got the Three of Fire upside down. Three of Fire upside down. You don't see your goals being achieved. You don't see things happening for you. You don't see the things that you have been seeking showing up. You feel a little tied down. You feel a little bit like restricted. And so you are seeing your mirror of nostalgia and memories, maybe even a soulmate showing up. You've got somebody who is showing up, maybe a childhood friend or somebody that is reminding you of better days from the past. And so the gift that you're receiving, your power, what is your power in this, is the Ten of Fire upside down. You're not burdened. You're not overwhelmed, right? You're just like, oh, this is seeming to be fine. Great. You're enjoying some nostalgia and some memories, but you're like, no, I don't feel like I have to work hard right now. So what you have to let go is the Eight of Water upside down. So you have to let go of the seeking for some form of self-empowerment. You don't have to walk away from anything right now. Everything is good, right? You don't have to look for something that's not there. And the torch that is guiding you right now is you've got the two of fire upside down. So, this is just saying that don't rely on someone else to be your happiness. You need to be your happiness. I'm seeing that your torch is, how are you the happiness? How are you making yourself happy? Because the treasure that I'm finding is the 5 of air upside down. So the treasure that's finding here is, you are not making mistakes. You're not dealing with conflict. You're not dealing with a game of risk right now. You're just in a really great soulmate type of energy. And so the prophecy and what you're winning out of this is you're not stressed out. Everything is really working out for you in a really good way. And if they were to show up for you right now, you would see that you would have no self-doubt, you would have free will, and everything would be really great. In fact, you will see that only thing that doesn't work out for you is your self-esteem. You have to work on your self-worth. You have to see how valuable you are. And once you do, everything will happen so fast. Oh, and last but not least, Pisces. All right, Pisces. Was there anybody else who wanted a reading that didn't get one? Was there anybody I missed? All right, Pisces. Pisces, I got 6 of water upside down. So you are feeling, you're not feeling really good about, you're not feeling really good about some memories that you have. You're kind of like, you're not liking your past. You're not liking what has happened. You don't like the choices you've made. You don't like your childhood. You're really having a hard time feeling good about this. And so you're shifting from that karmic past, and you're moving into a mirror of not seeing opportunities to create or move forward right now. And that is because of the fact of you going through this ending, this recovery period of you getting over something that was not for you. I mean, it seemed very karmic. I'm seeing here that your power lies in healing this recovery. There's a recovery process that you're going through. And so what you have to release is this distraction of, oh, I don't feel really great right now. Actually, that is just old energy. That is residue. You can release that and feel really good, because that's just stuck with the old karmic energy. In fact, what is going to guide you is you're not going to be so sensitive. In fact, you're going to be wiser. You're going to know what you want, and you are not being wishful. You know what you want now. In fact, you are walking towards a new beginning, believing in your ability to have what you want. You're just waiting for it to happen. And so if somebody was to show up with you, you would look at them as a mistake. You're like, yeah, I wish I did it differently, because you're transforming. You are transforming into a completely different individual. Yeah. Everything is just slowed down right now because your energy is shifting so much. You're releasing at the end. Oh, Saturn is 29 degrees in Pisces. That makes sense. You are transforming with Saturn so much. That makes so much sense. All right. Was there anybody I missed? Anybody that I need to read for? If not, I will do one more collective reading. And then I got to go and eat and get ready for certain things tomorrow. All right, collective, 3 of Earth. This is the 3 of Coins. And so for the 3 of Coins, it is ideal for you to shift your energy to see why you are not following through your talents. You're recognizing your talents and what you have to offer. You are mirroring, you are attracting someone who is a mirror that is, you've got the 6 of Air upside down. And so this has a lot to do with somebody who is stuck and needing to, they feel a little stuck. And so your power lies in not trusting someone to come and save you or love you. You are the trusting person that is going to help. In fact, what you have to release is 8 of Earth upside down. And that means you have to release that there is a lesson here, that everything is a lesson. There's some things it's just for you that you're repeating loops over and over and over again. Some things are done over and over again. And so one of this is the torch, which will guide you, is the 2 of Air upside down. You are letting go of the indecision. You're making your mind up and you're deciding on really what you want. And the treasure is that you're no longer going to compromise and you're no longer just going to go and receive whatever comes to you. You're going to make up your mind and say, enough is enough. This is what I want to do. And you're going to focus on that. The prophecy is showing, I've got the Queen of Air upside down. You know it's cognitive. You know that there's a little work that you have to do. You have to get your plan. You have to make your peace and you have to follow through with it. And for those who need a PDF, I've got lots of them. And so your answer is you may not have the courage. You may not even understand what to do. You don't even know what it is that you want, but your community is here for you. You have your community is going to help you through this. And there is where you're going to resolve your relationship. And for those who are looking for the person, you're going to get that relationship through this. And there will be a partnership through the planning that will happen. Because you will be determined and motivated. And this person will come to you. And that is your reading for you. All right, everybody. I'm just going to go and crawl up to this floor. I'm going to move over here so I don't knock over my table. And for anybody who needs anything, reach out or go to my website. And we'll end that there.